quiet down, my friends. Quiet down. All
Here's
right.
where the fun begins.
Can we just server view
This is
like
where the fun
90%
begins.
of people?
If they interrupt, yes.
This is where the fun begins.
Everyone go on mute. Everyone go on mute.
Make me,
All
bitch.
right.
Fuck you, Dom.
All right.
Fuck you.
Mar, I know you got me, but I'll start this off because why not?
Yeah, you can take the reins.
I'll take the reins here. Let me go and do not disturb so I don't get like 50 different fucking pings. I had like 5 hours of sleep today. Anyways,
So you're nerfed.
well, yeah, I am kind of nerfed, but I think I can cope. All right.
Yeah, okay, we get it. Insomniac is writing you today.
All right.
Those are rookie numbers. I didn't sleep at all last night, and I went to work, and I'm here now. So
Well, I didn't. I had to go to I had to go out, and I slept for like 1 hour, but then I slept a bunch, 5 minutes ago.
So Insomniac is writing you.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we're getting off topic. So I guess the question's about Luke in The Last Jedi, and I don't really see where SK's criticism of his character comes from. I feel that Luke is handled surprisingly well for the position that he was put in the previous film. I think that his story being about the consequences of legacy and how ultimately, even though he is Luke Skywalker, he's still a human being. He can still fuck up. He can still make mistakes. I don't see how him making a tiny mistake, like turning on a lightsaber after being told that his nephew is Space Hitler #2, after 30 years of everything going right in his life, is a destruction of his character. I think it's framed in a very clever way. It's a flaw that Luke has in the original trilogy, where he'll just get extremely angry and passionate when his loved ones and people he cares about are in danger. And I don't see how it's a flaw in his character. I mean, it is a flaw in his character, but I don't see how it's a flaw that wasn't.
It's an intentional flaw. Like it's treated
an intentional flaw. And I don't see what the issue is. I just don't.
Okay. So I mean, if we take a look at the original trilogy, one of the main references that I go to is Luke saying, "I will not fight you, Father." And the reason that line exists, and the reason he's so defensive at first in Return of the Jedi, is because he's not trying to he's not even thinking of killing him as a solution. He thinks he could redeem him. So if he sees a vision of what might happen with Kylo Ren, I think at that point he would just think of how he would redeem him and not think of killing him. Like, that would never cross his mind at all.
This is where I disagree, because these are two very different situations with two, I guess, technically very different Lukes. Because we're dealing with a Luke that's 30 years post Return to Jedi. He's had 30 years to.
Oh, he's better now.
Oh no,
So
I'd argue he's worse, because he has gotten.
So how did he get worse?
Let me explain. He's gotten basically everything he's wanted, and shit's been going good for him. And now, suddenly, out of nowhere, the person that he cares about most here at this weird Jedi place he's being told through these very strange visions that he's going to become Space Hitler too. Luke doesn't genuinely think about slaughtering Kylo. He turns his saber on briefly out of an instinct, not out of some deep contemplated reasoning. He just out of instinct says, "Okay, I can stop this. I can stop this." And then he realizes, "What the fuck am I doing? Why am I doing this?" I don't see how that.
Okay, but that's not his instinct.
It is
his instinct would be he will not fight him.
That's not his instinct. That's his reasoning.
But that was his instinct with Vader.
Those are Luke's.
That's actually not the case at all. If we're talking about instincts is supposed to be telling of what kind of person you truly are, just in the moment when you don't have time to think.
Okay.
And yeah, Luke, again, if we look at Return of the Jedi, I know you can bring up, "Oh, I will not fight you, Father," and I agree with you. That is Luke at the core of his character. He's someone who never wants to hurt people, and he wants to see the good in everyone. But at the same time, that's the same film where when he's given a proper escalation, or he's given a proper fear, Luke will react extremely aggressively, and he almost kills Vader in that film. And then
but that you're missing. There's context you're missing. The reason why he does that is after constant literal pressure in the moment. It's because things are actually happening. People are literally dying.
It's
Like
constant
people
pressure.
that he cares about are dying. For all that he knows, on Endor, Han is dead. His sister is dead. Like his friends of the Rebel Alliance are getting blown up as we speak, and then Vader's like talking about essentially torturing one of his loved ones. Yeah, that's
yeah,
more
let's,
reasonable than
I got-
seeing a vision he could prevent. Like those are two different
That being said,
situations.
you have to keep in mind where Luke is at in his life at this point. He has this Jedi Order. He feels that he's taking on the burden of rebuilding it. And this vision pretty much not only threatens everything that he's built, but pretty much places him at guilt and at fault for creating Space Hitler Volume 2. And that guilt and that fear, that terrifying fear of seeing the same thing happen to Kylo, or happen to Kylo that happened to Vader, pushes him to making a really stupid decision in the moment that he ends up regretting. I think it's totally
Yeah, but
reasonable.
Sidious threatened his
Then she should
entire
stop teaching him.
Sidious threatened everything he cared about on the moment, and he was about to do it, and Luke still overcame that.
Again,
Remember, this is a younger
because-
Luke who is still learning to be a Jedi. He's a Grand Master in the sequel trilogy. This is when he should be wiser and way more resistant against the
Yoda was
things.
a Grandmaster in the prequels, and he was kind of a fucking idiot. I don't see how being a Grandmaster.
Then you
necessarily
pin that on the
removes-
prequels. Also, Yoda's a different
but
person.
the idea is that
Yoda's a great example of this. Yoda doesn't succumb to like dark thoughts like that, even though Sidious killed his entire Jedi Order.
However, Yoda does succumb to his own hubris. The entire prequel trilogy is about Yoda basically falling.
Yeah, but Yoda doesn't betray
Yoda's a
his
different character.
morals. Is my point.
He does
What I'm
compromise.
trying to
his
point out is
morals.
Yoda doesn't betray it. Okay, how
He
does he
does.
betray his
and
morals?
hubris
in
are
the
two
prequels?
different things.
He
Okay.
ends up enlisting the entire Jedi Order into becoming soldiers.
No, okay, so you're not listening to the argument. I'm talking about after Sidious killed all the Jedi Order, his entire legacy is gone. He never succumbs to the dark side, and he never does any like evil, wrong, selfish decision, even out of
What
instinct.
does-
He tries
well,
to
also
save the
even-
galaxy immediately.
What
He
does
also
Yoda
warns
try to
against
do when everything happens? He goes into exile. He believes he's failed. He puts all his faith in the Luke, but he has some semblance of hope.
Are
When-
you aware why he went into exile, though? The
I
reason
know
is
why
because
he went in-
can't beat
I know why-
Sidious.
Let me talk. Luke has no hope at this point. After Kylo does that, essentially he's created Darth Vader #2, and he's lost literally all of his students, and it's all his fault. He's constantly
Hang on a
beating
second.
himself up about it, and
I want to go
Obviously
back to
not- he's
something
going
because
to
we're kind of
become a
moving on
hermit.
a little
That
bit
makes
too
sense.
fast. Because you
All
try
right.
to bring up the exile thing, and you just didn't want to listen to the context. The reason Yoda goes into exile, explained it like verbatim, is because he can't stop Sidious. It's because he's not powerful enough. His plan with Luke is because Luke is the son of the Chosen One. If he's adequately trained as a Jedi Master, he can overthrow the Empire. Yoda isn't strong enough to. That's why he goes into exile. It's because he can't defeat the Empire right now. But at the same time, him and Obi-Wan still eventually aid the rebellion. Obi-Wan helps Leia like throughout A New Hope. He's making sure Luke is safe throughout all of those years, and Yoda is trying to find his inner peace to prepare for training the next generation of Jedi. He still is making a plan to fight against the Empire. Luke gave up. Like those are two different concepts.
well, yeah, because my
Yoda
argument is
killed
why,
his death trying to save the galaxy.
why shouldn't
All
Luke
of the
give up?
Jedi Order, it wasn't on Obi-Wan or
Because
Yoda.
Luke is better than Yoda. Luke is the best Jedi in Star Wars history, and he's
Being the
being
best
outplayed
Jedi in Star Wars
by a
history
900-year-old
doesn't
little
make him a
rat. That's
superhero.
crazy.
Doesn't make him a
I'm not saying
superhero.
he's a superhero, but I'm saying he should be better than Yoda. That's how the Episode 6 portrays it. He is better than Yoda. He believes in good, even in
Okay,
the most
I-
irredeemable, like Darth Vader.
guys-
Something Yoda didn't believe
You guys
in.
are expecting a lot of.
I think we're missing the point of like the movie doesn't try to justify Luke's action. It's not saying it's okay that Luke did this. It heavily criticizes him for doing it. It's a mistake that you're right. He shouldn't have done that, but it's treated
Well, a
as a
movie
bad
can
thing within
criticize
the
the
universe.
character, but also have that decision be out of character.
I don't
Yeah,
see how
exactly.
It is out of
problem is
character.
that
Luke shouldn't have done that.
This
That's
isn't
the
fitting
point.
for Luke's character.
I don't
Yeah,
see
we're
how
not-
it.
character.
No, we're not saying that. We're saying that's not in Luke's character. Luke is the kind of guy who sees the good in everybody, especially if he has time to think about it, which
But
he
at the
would.
same
to a
time,
vision
you
that
guys
he
are-
provided.
You guys are willingly ignoring the context that Luke created Darth Vader. He created
What?
his worst nightmare. Well,
What?
not Darth Vader, but he created Darth Vader too. Is what I mean.
Yeah,
he
but
created his worst nightmare.
but he
and
would try to
feels
yeah,
like
but,
guilt
rehabilitate
but you're
him.
ignoring the context how he created Darth Vader. He created Darth Vader by doing
From his own
something out of
mistake.
character.
from his own
Yeah,
mistake.
which is not okay. A mistake that he wouldn't do. Just because you
He
make a
would do
mistake
that.
doesn't mean it's in
Just-
character. Like
Just because,
Like a character-
just because Luke.
okay. I'm trying to outline a point, please. When a character makes a mistake, if it's a mistake that's not believable for that character, it's still out of character. If Spider-Man accidentally if Spider-Man has a moment of weakness and fucking steals from a bank, that's out of character. You human error doesn't cover that. That's just not in his moral principles. Luke's moral principle is to see the good in everybody and believe in redemption vehemently. If he sees a Force vision, which hasn't happened yet and won't happen for years, he would sit there and consider his actions. He would instinctually do
He
stuff.
would
That's
not do
Luke.
that.
We're,
That is
we're
not Luke.
shown,
Too.
we are
He's doing
shown
this
in
against
several-
family. He's doing this against
we're
a
shown in
family
several Star
member.
Wars movie that
Yeah, he's gonna
Force
kill a family
vision-
member without thinking about it. That's out
Force
of character.
vision- It's not just a dream. It's an actual you're watching
Okay,
the
Yoda
future,
actually
it's
explains
unfolding
this
right
to-
before you. It's
That's
not
not true.
a
That's not
dream.
true, and Luke knows this. In episode 5, Yoda blatantly says that ever changing the future is. So he believes the future can be changed. So he wouldn't just instinctually kill him. He would try
He
and prevent
wasn't
it.
in.
Yeah.
You guys.
Well,
you guys
also-
just-
That's what his instincts.
also,
Moral
like,
weakness I
I
turned my
wanna-
lightsaber on, indicating
One
he was
at
gonna
a
kill
time,
him.
one at a
He
time.
literally does have a vision in Empire where he kills Darth Vader, chops his head off, and that doesn't happen.
that is
Yeah,
a very.
Luke knows that the
different
Well,
future
yeah, I'm
is
not
not
saying
set in
it's
stone.
going to
He doesn't
happen no
believe
matter
in that.
what.
Yep.
But I'm saying the way that people react to that, take Anakin in Episode 2, he has those visions of his mother, and then
Anakin's a different character.
Anakin Skywalker is the failure. Luke is not. That's the whole dynamic. Is
Why
that
you
Luke
guys
is
not
Anakin
watching
if
not
he
my
wasn't a
point.
failure.
Boring.
my point
What's
is
the point
that
of watching Luke be so boring?
One at a time, please.
How is it boring? Was he boring in Episode 6 when he had his moral values? Was he boring
Oh,
in Dark
he's
Empire
boring
when
when
he
he
had
becomes
temptations
the-
for the dark side to save the galaxy? Was he
He's
boring in the
when he becomes a deep fake
trilogy
fucking
when he had
caricature
when he
in
struggled to
The
create the
Mandalorian.
Jedi Order and left his moral
Can
sensibility?
you stop
Was he
being
boring
bad
in all of
faith
those
for one
stories?
second?
One at a time.
That is that is a bad faith argument.
No,
Luke,
let's
you
do
can make
7
Luke
at a
not
time.
boring just because he has his moral values. That doesn't
This
make
is
any
exactly
sense. Is
what I
Spider-Man
fucking do.
boring because he's always responsible and does the right decisions? No. Is Superman
Yeah.
boring because he doesn't believe in wrongdoing and uses his godly powers to make
You're
humanity
just-
better?
You're just talking
Yes.
Is that a
about
boring
something
character now?
else.
Yes.
Comic legend. It's boring when he doesn't write off $1 billion to strangers.
That's ridiculous. Are you gonna say Spider-Man's boring because
I'm
we
gonna
think
say
he
that
shouldn't
Luke
have
is
fucking let
boring
people die in
when-
Edge of Time?
I'm gonna say Luke is boring when fans are afraid to admit that he can actually make a mistake and act
He
We're
like.
not
can
afraid
make
Not
to
a
admit that
mistake.
he can make
mistake that was
we're not-
poorly
we're-
written. You can still make
Hey.
him do a mistake
Okay,
without
hang
it
on
being
a
out of
second.
character.
I want to say that
You guys are all
because I'm a big fan of Luke Skywalker and I actually fucking know this character. I am
Me
not afraid
too.
of him making mistakes. He makes plenty of mistakes. He's been tempted by the dark side before in many, many different stories. The problem is, it's how you portray those mistakes. The mistakes that he
Portray
makes
real
in those
real.
other stories are based on Luke's actual character flaws. The problem here is that they made up a character flaw that doesn't exist in him.
In Return
He
of the
has,
Jedi,
like,
we
I'm
literally
not,
movie is
don't cut
perfect.
me off. I'm not done. Once I finish. When it comes to how characters are written, you have to write strengths and weaknesses. They should have flaws, but they should have things that they don't have flaws in. Batman is intelligent, but Batman is paranoid. Spider-Man is responsible and caring, but Spider-Man also puts too much guilt onto himself. Those are things you can add. That's the problem. Luke's strength is that he believes in the good in others, especially from his family. He believed. Don't cut me off. He believes
Dude,
in
you
the
cut
inner strength
everyone off
of
in
the
this
people that he
call,
loves
don't
the most, like Anakin Skywalker.
You guys are. Look, Luke
You guys
has been
are goofy.
portrayed. Luke has been portrayed in Return Jedi because this is how it is framed. This is how the shot is framed. Is literally the exact same type of shot as when Luke realizes that he's about to kill Vader. It's literally the exact same expression.
Well, relevant.
Exact
It's
same
not
like
relevant to what he just said.
So why is he
Whoa.
making the same mistake twice?
because people
'Cause
do
he
that.
feels
It happens
that.
in the real world.
This
You
character's
act
not
like-
learn from.
wait,
This
wait,
character's not
you
grow
act
and
like-
learn
I'm
now.
gonna shit myself, guys.
You act
okay.
like people just because they learn something. It doesn't mean in moments of extreme weakness, they're not going to do the exact same thing. That happens in the real world.
Sure,
lot.
sure, that's
People
fine.
make
But like, how
lies
far
now.
can we go with
Well,
this?
this is fiction.
How far can we go with this though? Because Mosquito, I distinctly remember you agreed with me on No Way Home that Sandman is character assassinated. How can you really criticize him if I can just say in response, well, he made a mistake. Sandman can make mistakes. He made a mistake in Spider-Man 3.
Because in the film
His
itself,
mistakes
in
a
No
lot.
Way Home itself, Sandman is established to have a very specific goal of wanting to go home. And in that
And
very
in
film,
the
he violates
original
his
trilogy,
own
Luke has a
beliefs,
very
and it makes no
established
sense.
motivation in regards to what he does about
Luke is
even the
established
most
to love his
irredeemable
family,
people.
even if they're space Hitler.
Luke
Yeah.
is not established to be invulnerable to fear. That has never
That's
been
not the point, though.
Nobody said
He's
that.
established.
Okay,
He's
but Luke's
established to
reaction.
instinctively, he will not fight his family, even if they're space
He
Hitler.
does, though. That's what happens
Yeah.
in Return
But
of the
he does so
Jedi.
defensively. He does so defensively.
No, he goes on the offense, pushes Vader
That's
back.
later.
chops
That's
him
way
down low.
later. That's way
And
later.
that's
That's
still
way
happened.
later.
Doesn't
Because
matter if
Vader,
it's
that's
My
early.
because
point is
Vader
his first
threatened to
resort.
torture
My
his
point is his
sister.
first
It was
resort.
after he was fucking.
Yes.
It was after Vader threatened Leia, and it's that same kind of situation. Luke only had that reaction out of
That's
fear
different.
and love for
That's
his family.
different.
No, it's not.
This
It's the
is-
exact same fucking thing.
I'll tell you why it's
God
different.
damn
I'll tell
it.
you why it's different. No. He's tried so many times by this point to reason with Vader. You do realize how that's an immediate difference right there.
Yeah, he already put in the effort, and Vader's
there's
gonna responds with
there's a
trying to
difference-
torture his sister,
there's a
dude.
difference. There's a difference between snapping after you've tried so many times and it hasn't worked versus not even trying at all. Completely
Okay, but
different
you say
situation.
that as if
Damn.
Luke did snap with Ben. He didn't. It wasn't a conscious choice he made.
No.
It's presented
No,
like
no,
it was a
but
fucking
No.
accident.
By snapping, I mean he pulled out the saber. He wouldn't think to do that. Luke in Return of the Jedi
Actually, he
said,
would.
"I will not fight you, Father." He refused to fight him.
You're ignoring the scene that we're actually comparing it to. That the film itself is comparing to that.
No,
scene.
but your comparison is shot. Your comparison
It
is
isn't.
you're
That
comparing
it literally is
someone
the exact
giving up
same.
Hang on,
It's
okay.
the exact same
to giving up
framing.
straight away.
Okay, both of you,
What
both
the
of you,
fuck?
both of you, both of you, both of you. Okay, both of you are making like terrible arguments. Like
Okay.
it's very simple. When he attacks Vader in anger, that's because the context is the here and now. If something's literally happening in the moment, people are dying like every second during that fight. Like that is far, far different than literally you see a vision that you can literally just prevent in any way you choose. Those are not the same thing. When everybody he loves is dying and he sees it through the fucking window that they're getting blown up by like the Empire, like right in his face, loved ones are dying to his face in the moment.
Calm down.
And
Jeez.
even then, it took an extensive amount of trying to like redeem Vader for him to finally snap when Vader said, "I'm also gonna torture your sister." That is so different. He has a strong breaking point. It took so much for him to finally snap. That's way different than he saw one vision that he knows he can prevent,
He doesn't know he
and
can
then he
prevent
just
it.
instinctually
Since when
tries
did
to
he
kill
know
a
he
family
can
member.
prevent it?
Yes, he
Since
does.
when does he-
Okay,
and
would you
hell,
like me to
Turned on
answer
his
the
fucking
question?
lightsaber, and that was it. He
Great
immediately
question.
regretted
Great,
it.
wonderful question. Wonderful question. Can I answer it?
Can you not
Wonderful
yell
question. Can I
over
answer
me
it?
and let me?
Wonderful question.
Can
Lovely
you let me
question.
speak?
No,
Can
no,
you
no,
let me
you gotta
speak?
keep
You've
going.
You've been speaking
Sure,
for like
after I
5
answer the
minutes.
question that you gave me. You gave me a
God,
question,
Tom,
bro.
could you
You literally
let
asked
us
me a
know?
question.
All right, let's
No.
just let him answer the question. Let's let him answer the question.
Okay,
The
okay,
question
fine. Sure.
that you literally asked.
I was
Okay,
gonna
episode
elaborate on
5,
that
when he
before.
saw. Oh my god! Can I answer the
Okay,
question?
just let him answer. Let him answer.
Jesus.
Okay, so how does he know he can prevent a force vision from happening in the future? Because in episode 5, even the beginning of his trainings,
Oh my
the wise
god.
900-year-old Grandmaster of the Jedi Order,
my
Yoda,
God.
literally says, "Always in motion, the future is," meaning that it can always change,
You
meaning
act
that you
like
can
these
prevent
guys
it.
think like us. They don't.
What?
Someone
Huh?
when I live
That's
my
What?
not a
It's
life.
not
response to
about
my
thinking like
argument.
us.
Listen,
It's
when
about
I
That's not a
live my
response to my
life,
argument, bro.
when I
That's
live
crazy.
my
That's
life,
not a good
when
response.
That's not really
I
a
live
great
my
I just
life-
response.
talked about Luke's perspective, dude.
when I live
Yeah,
my
this
life,
is what Luke
This is
Skywalker was
what-
told.
Yeah, what?
Jesus,
Yeah,
stop
Luke was
ganging
told
up
there.
on me. Let me speak.
Why is Jedi Master at this point, by the way?
And also,
Luke is a
I brought
wise
up that
Jedi
he
Master.
literally
Holy
experienced
fuck,
a vision
Will.
where he killed Vader, but that didn't come to pass.
Look.
Yep.
you're acting as if Luke Skywalker, when he's in this film, he has episode 5 playing in his head, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm gonna just do this because I did this before." No, people act on instinct.
No,
People
it's
act
being
on
knowledgeable
emotion, and
about
he
your
acted on
training.
emotion. He did something that was a flaw, and film paints it as a flaw, but it's a flaw that was always there. Luke always has this fear that he'll lose control over stuff like this, and that happens in Return of the Jedi. And this was escalated. He saw a vision of Kylo essentially butchering all of his loved ones and turning into what he literally ends up becoming.
Yeah,
So,
but
yes,
you just
Hang on a
argued
second. Hang on a
quality
second,
film
SK. Hang on a second, SK. I want to simply bring this up. Okay, so all of us are probably professional at something, right? We're all like good at something, even if it's as simple as our job, right?
Not
Can
SK.
we
doesn't mean we're perfect.
Absolutely.
Can we at least admit, like, let's say you're good at, like, I'm a lifeguard. I'm good at first aid. I remember
not.
at least I remember important details about first aid because I have to, right? Because that's my profession. Luke is pronounced the Grand Master of the Jedi Order. What are the Jedi good at? They're good at being knowledge. Okay, dude, you gotta stop moaning like that when I'm trying to make a point. The
Stop acting
Jedi.
like a brat.
Is
You
that
guys
better?
have like 5 fucking points.
He didn't
Yeah,
finish.
Why
what
don't you
he
let him
just
finish
brought
what
up a
he's
new one.
saying?
Wait,
SK.
let him finish what he's saying.
I'm the
SK.
brat when somebody's like
Shut up,
moaning like
Colin.
a fucking girl in my ear,
What are you?
bro. That's crazy.
SK,
Back
go
to
to
what I
a
was saying.
different call
Back to
real
what I was
quick.
saying. Colin, shut
I
the fuck
can't
up.
right
We're in the
now.
middle of something. Okay. The Jedi, what are they good at? They're good at stuff revolving around the Force. They're good at being knowledgeable about the Force. They're good at using the Force. Luke is good at the Force, so he should be knowledgeable over at least the basic stuff about the Force. He learned that as a Padawan. He would obviously remember how the Force works.
Then why does
'Cause he's literally a
Yoda and
master at
the
it.
entire
I'm
Jedi
not
Order
my
act
point.
like
I'm not my point.
fucking
Thank you, but I'm not at my point.
prequels if you're claiming that being a Jedi?
Why don't you let him
I
finish
have
what he's
no
saying?
No,
I have no idea. The prequels
trying
are
to
bad. I don't
address
care.
you.
Prequels are shit.
they're actually. I mean, they
Let
are
me
pretty
do.
shit, but they're pretty good now. And hell, in
Alright.
the original trilogy, Ben
I
and
still haven't finished
Yoda
my
are
point. Still haven't
pretty
finished my
fucking
point, but
good
okay.
as well.
Oh my god.
So back to what I was saying. So if he's a professional at this, understanding the Force, how it works, being extremely connected to it, as he should as a good Jedi, which he should be, he like any other Jedi would understand the concept that Force visions of the future are always in motion and aren't guaranteed. That's what Jedi are taught day one. So it's not
Okay.
unreasonable for me to say, yes, he should understand that the Force vision doesn't mean it's guaranteed. Because
What
he never
about
believes
Vader?
that. He didn't believe that in episode 6 when Yoda and Obi-Wan just went, yep, it's guaranteed Vader can't be redeemed. He never believed that for a fucking second.
Different
Okay,
situation.
you're thinking about this very logically when it's a very emotional and
But
personal
that's
situation.
we're
for
appealing to
Luke.
how
Like,
Luke thinks.
Yeah,
Our
we're
point is that
appealing
This
to
is not how
Luke's
Luke
character.
thinks. This is how you guys think.
well, he's a Jedi,
No,
so
that's
he-
Luke
he-
in the original trilogy.
That isn't
you
Luke
think-
in
so
the
you-
original
so you think-
trilogy.
so you
Did
think
you
that
guys
Yo- they-
see
so you-
Return of the Jedi?
So you think that Luke is not knowledgeable in the Force because that's
I
not how
think
Luke
he's
thinks
knowledgeable,
now?
but I think
The
he's
Grand
also
Jedi
a
Master?
guy who's
He
deeply
totally is,
insecure
but
and
that's
afraid
not-
of losing what
in
he
that
has.
moment, that wasn't like his priority. I guess I don't know. Fucking
You guys are acting
It's
like
not his priority to understand
So
how the
wait,
Force
it's
works
not
and
his
using the
priority
Force. Okay.
you
Yeah.
guys are acting. This is what I'm getting. Okay, you're acting that. For example, let's say that you said you were a lifeguard, right? Let's say that I'm a
Yeah.
lifeguard, and suddenly out of nowhere I get dropped this horrible news on my head, and I do something stupid out of instinct. That doesn't mean I'm suddenly a terrible lifeguard. It means
What's something
And I'm
stupid?
human.
That's too vague.
Yeah, you're making it
okay.
vague.
Well, let's give a
Gets
specific
told a
example.
fat
All right.
kid's gonna jump in the pool. So
Yeah,
he
okay.
kills
Let's
the fat
get
kid.
a specific example. All right. Let's say that there's
Why
like
didn't
this.
Luke flood the city?
Shut
okay. Let's say
up.
you're.
Let Mar do it. I'll let Mar do it. Mar, you cook.
Let's say you work at a fucking taco stand. All right.
Let's
Someone orders a
go.
taco with tomatoes, lettuce,
I
and
love
cheese on
tacos.
it. All right. And so, but then you get a call that your entire family is going to die in like 3 days, maybe.
Oh no.
Potentially, maybe. But so that's there, and then you forget to put the lettuce on the taco, and that customer is just fucking devastated.
Alright,
you know?
so
Great
this is
example.
what
I'm
what-
right
That
now.
doesn't make any
Hold on.
sense.
I want to say this before you guys
That's
make
not
this
really the
argument,
same
because you
thing.
guys hang on a second. You guys are completely ignoring what is happening in episode 5. That's Padawan training. That's day 1 stuff. It's the most basic things that you should understand. So if anything, it should be compared to, let's say, how do you remove someone from the pool if they're like drowning? for example, you should know that, and if you don't, you're a
Then
shit
you get
lifeguard. You deserve to be
distracted by your
fired.
sister getting shot in the face.
There you go.
What? Are you kidding me?
No, I am kidding. That's.
But no, my thing is, imagine you're a
equivalent at all.
lifeguard and you're a lifeguard and you're a very good lifeguard, but you are told that your entire family is gonna get slaughtered in a week.
Oh my god.
You're probably gonna fuck up at some point during your lifeguard stuff. That's just how people
Well,
work.
I can give a better comparison. That's like if Peter Parker was to get a call from. That's like if Peter Parker was to get a call from Norman Osborn saying Harry might become the next Green Goblin, and he points his gun at Harry.
Peter Parker, shit! Skywalker.
That's a better comparison.
Okay, well, Spider-Man doesn't kill people at all. Luke Skywalker
If anything, I would simply stand by. It's so integral and so just in your mind. If you forget how to remove someone from the pool if they're having trouble swimming, no matter the context, you're still a shit lifeguard. There's something wrong with you.
If your entire family's
so
gonna die in a week,
don't cut me off. I'm not done my point. It's so natural. It is just instinct to know how to do that.
God damn it.
I have a question for you, Mosquito. I have a question.
I missed this.
All right.
For example, with my lifeguarding job, the whole point is like, it's not that I have to remember it anymore. It's just natural that I know how to do it because you've done it for so long. That's like the problem. It would be the same thing with Luke. He is so knowledgeable and so naturally like in tune with the Force. He would understand the basic principles of how something works, like the Force visions.
Well, Comic Legend, wouldn't he have to tell a student how that works? Wouldn't he have to teach a student how visions work?
Exactly. He would have to keep reminding people how it works, which means it would just be so natural he would know it.
He didn't even try to kill Vader immediately in Episode 5.
Exactly. That's what I brought up. He refused to fight him.
Like, do you guys know anything about martial arts? Are you aware that if you like train in martial arts, one of the things your teacher will tell you is that they're trying to put it in your head that even if you forget how to fight, you're still gonna naturally like have like some semblance of your fighting skill. Like you're not gonna forget everything, no matter how stressed you are. That's just how training works.
I was a purple belt.
And ultimately, it is painted in The Last Jedi that this is a pretty toxic mindset because at the end of the day, the Jedi are inherently flawed, and Luke has to come to terms.
It's a toxic mindset to know how Force visions work.
Well, no, it's toxic. You guys are missing my point. The entire theme of the film is about making mistakes and growing beyond them. That's literally what Yoda's.
Yes, but the mistakes should be reasonable. They should make sense.
It is reasonable. It's framed in the exact same way as when he
not,
almost kills his father on the
he
second Death Star.
You keep bringing that. The Force vision.
You guys are just willfully ignoring. You guys are ignoring what Rian Johnson is going for.
No, you just made a complete false equivalency. Wait, you just made a complete false equivalency. I haven't even watched TLJ in like fucking years, right?
That's the problem. Go watch it.
He didn't finish.
I'm about to prove how stupid this is because if you watched it, you're trying to compare like him like going after Vader, like after Vader threatens to kill like everyone he loves or whatever. Shut the fuck up, bitch! I'm not done talking.
Jesus.
After he threatens to kill Leia or torture her or bring her to the dark side,
I'd be with you.
And he's a much younger person. And he's a much younger person at that point, actively fighting the dark side in that very moment. And guess what? At the end of that, he still refuses to fight him, you stupid fuck. You're comparing that to a fucking Force vision.
Child, calm down. The adults are talking. Let me speak. All right.
You literally sound like you're 12.
I was.
What the fuck? Before you fucking pull your hair out, bro.
I'm trying to get this over with so I can fucking talk to SK about something.
Shut the fuck up.
One side part.
Don't interrupt my mouth.
This is what I was saying. We're not going to change each other's fucking minds. Like, it doesn't even matter.
You guys need to all calm down. A bunch of baby
I want to let Cinema Seeker say what he was going to say because he didn't. He hasn't spoken yet, really.
Yeah. Go ahead, Cinema Seeker.
Okay, one question. Don't you think that despite how much he has shown that he now has this new family, why doesn't he talk to Leia or to Han about their own child? You're telling me that he's going to make an immediate decision right at that moment and not even consider, if I do something to my sister who I love very much, or her own son, don't you think I should maybe talk to her about this, or maybe tell them, get their advice on how I should handle their child?
I think that
No.
Luke made a severe and continuous lapse in his judgment. I think that Luke.
So he's Logan
acted
Paul.
on his-
Lapse in their judgment.
He's Logan Paul.
Luke acted
Luke
on
That's
impulse and
crazy.
acted on
Next
emotion.
week,
Look,
we're gonna
Luke
make his
Same way he
Skywalker.
did in Return of the Jedi,
Logan
and he did.
Skywalker.
Logan, shut up, SK.
I don't know why it's so hard to believe that
Dude, I
Luke.
think there's a body over there.
I think it is
Shut
hard
up!
to believe that
Luke
Luke-
body
I
hanger.
think it is hard to believe that Luke Skywalker is Logan Paul. I think that is hard to believe.
Okay, anyways,
I
then
fucking
now
hate these guys.
aside,
I mean, well, Luke does-
Anyways, guys,
I just
the
came
point is, Luke acted on impulse the same way that he's been shown to act on impulse in the past, and he wasn't thinking straight. It's not painted as some smart genius move.
Said
Luke
that
took.
already.
No.
Idiot.
Oh
He
we
fucked
proved,
up. He made a
we proved
mistake.
that was built
He
on
made a
numerous
mistake.
escalations. He already
Numerous
tried.
escalations,
He already
of course.
tried. He
Out of
already tried
instinct
to be.
and
No,
fear.
he already tried to de-escalate the situation. He says, "I will not fight you, Father." This is after he knows Vader committed genocide. This is
And
after he lost the
escalation.
fight with him.
These are
and the-
different.
He knows.
situations.
He already.
They're similar,
He
but they
already
are
knows.
Oh
that
yeah, I
they-
agree they're
how bad
different.
they are. And he still says, "I refuse to fight you." That is his first resort.
This
It doesn't
is
matter
such
if he fights him later.
bad
My
argument.
point is about his first resort. His first resort is not to
and
fight.
his point is, as he says, a complete moment of weakness where he's left with nothing but sheer regret.
Doesn't work. That
It
doesn't
does
work.
work. It does work.
No, it
It's
doesn't.
literally established to be a flaw he has in Return
No,
of
it's
the Jedi.
not.
It is
No, it's not.
very
It's established to be his
consistent with Luke.
strength, actually. He avoids the fight with his loved ones. He avoids the
He
fight. He
almost
doesn't want
butchers
the
his
fight.
father
So
to
his
death.
instincts would tell him
After
to
his
avoid the
instincts-
fight as much as possible.
Shut up, Colin.
Also, you're telling me that
God, I
Darth
can
Vader
hear us
at that
this late.
moment didn't show up to tell Luke, like, "Hey, maybe don't do this. Learn from what happened with me."
Oh, that's another thing. Just hold your horses, Cinema Seeker. That's a whole other issue.
Hang on, let me say something. I was trying to say, you're
wasn't
literally
listening,
saying the
please.
same. Mosquito, you're literally saying the same thing. You
Oh,
keep
yeah,
going
okay,
back
okay,
to
that's what happens.
okay,
Yeah,
All
we're,
right.
we're all just
All right.
going in circles.
Yeah,
here.
Cook'em
Like,
Stark.
this is the least
We're not
Get him!
getting
No,
anywhere
good job,
because-
Stark. But like,
If
stay
you're just
out of
gonna
this, all right?
throw if you're gonna throw stuff, then like
Nah,
that's
SK,
not-
he's cooking. Nah, SK, he's cooking.
He
He's
wasn't
cooking.
anything.
He was cooking, bro.
Mosquito, Mr.
What?
Mosquito, I don't think you understand. It's like with Kylo Ren again. He didn't try anything. Like, what is stopping him from just trying to be like, all right, let's have a conversation
Everything.
about this stuff. What about
disagree
talking with
with that.
Han or Leia?
Disagree
Like, what is
with that.
stopping him from having a conversation like he tried with
A
Vader?
disagreement
Like
there
he
with the
tried with
Force.
Vader.
Because he wasn't in the right headspace.
You're
He
saying
made
the
a
same
terrible
thing.
mistake because he
Why?
wasn't
He
in
wasn't
the
in the right
headspace.
headspace, so he tried to
No,
go
no,
that
no,
shot.
no, look,
So
Give me
he's
one. No.
DeLorean. That's what I'm getting
Give me
out of this.
one
I
reason
could-
why his headspace would be worse
He is
here
DeLorean,
because of a vision versus in Return of the Jedi, where he was younger, less mature, and he was already dealing with Vader having committed genocide, already
Because-
dealing with Vader and Emperor Palpatine.
because
doing all these
people are not
horrendous things.
logical. People are
Luke is
emotional.
more.
No, this
Well,
isn't about
also,
logic.
also,
It's about
also,
how Luke
also,
behaves.
also.
We're not talking about what's
As
the most
much
logical.
as-
We're talking about what Luke
That's-
is thinking.
Luke,
If you have that
Luke
standard,
is older now, and
as-
he has a lot
I
more
just hope you're
experience with
as
his
much-
consistent with
look,
everything
He's
else
older,
in
so he
media.
should
Then
be wiser, more experienced.
and he has
No,
more
he's
to
more
lose.
experienced
SK,
with what
more
the
to
dark
lose.
side is.
SK.
He's probably more afraid of it now than he was then.
Exactly.
SK, people are not logical. That's why Sandman teamed up with the Sinister Six
Look,
in a way.
look,
That makes sense.
At the
Yeah,
end of the
the
day-
movie's perfect.
People aren't
At
logical.
the
That's
end
why
of the day-
Sandman went against his goals, like how
At
Luke
the
did. He
end
just
of
wasn't
the
logical.
day, at the
He
end of
wasn't
the
thinking
day,
straight.
as much as Dave Filoni tries, Luke Skywalker is not written by ChatGPT. Does actually.
Why are you
Okay, let's
assuming
not
he
act
needs to be
like-
written by an AI to have consistent
that was a good
moral?
joke.
Was he
Yeah,
written like
I
an
know,
AI
right?
in the
Let's not
OT?
act like
No.
anyone likes Dave Filoni's Luke Skywalker. Let's not act
Look,
like that.
I'm just going to say this, all right? You guys are like, oh, Luke was younger. He was younger, and now he's wiser. He has more to lose, though, and he's more scared of the dark side because
Doesn't matter.
It's
What?
been
Huh?
Maybe then
prominently
once
for
he
quite a bit of time.
since he has more time now.
Colin, shut up, dude.
I mean,
in fairness, the whole
We
galaxy was
expect our
in
characters
Colin,
to,
you're spitting. Keep
we
going.
expect our characters to,
What
our
more do
characters
you have to
to,
lose than the
I need
entire
that
galaxy
shown.
in
I need that
episode 6?
intact.
He has his entire Jedi Order that he's been building for 30 years, and he's terrified of losing it. Not just that, he's terrified of losing all of his loved ones.
Oh my
Which Kylo,
Get him, Stark!
well, yeah,
Stark, be
because
quiet.
you guys
Damn.
failed to see the
Yo,
most
Stark, do me a
basic
favor.
reasoning
Stark.
of in this film.
You're a
Sandman's
pedophile.
afraid to
You're wrong.
lose his
Stark,
father. That's
Stark,
why he
Stark.
wasn't
Colin,
thinking
you were saying-
logically and fought the Spider-Man. Well, you
Comparing
look at
this movie
Wait,
Yeah.
you were saying
Stark, can you look up the lyrics to Recuperate from Ludlow and sing that for us?
What? What the fuck are
Okay,
you
can
Can
talking
you look
about?
up the lyrics to Thick of It by
Gibberish right
KSI?
there.
This is such a stupid debate when it's just like 50 people
Why
yelling
do you
over each other.
why do you sound like Jack Kentner variant? You sound like a Jack Kentner variant for some reason.
Bro,
In your voice.
That's
he
crazy.
kind of does. He sounds like a
Wild.
slightly more masculine Jack Kentner. It's fucking weird.
He does.
He sounds like Jack Kentner had sex with Bardo. They had a child. Damn
Okay. Let's get back on topic.
Shut up, Flap!
Okay, let me say something.
Why
Let me
should
say
we
something.
bother when like we have such fucking regressive, terrible arguments? Like, guys, he's human, so he just did whatever the fuck
Your
the writer
argument
wanted him to do.
consists of Luke Skywalker is my anime
arguments
superhero. I
It
can't
consists
say
of Luke
shit.
Skywalker being consistent with his morals.
Faith
Yeah.
on how you frame our
And
argument.
And
Yeah,
Sandman
bro,
is only
this
in
is
character
fucking
for
weird.
fighting the Spider-Man.
I have heard the
No Way Home,
same
bro.
argument 500 times, and no one has
I'm
come
actually
any
kind of
closer
curious.
to
What
changing
is
my
wrong
mind.
with that?
one. No,
What
you're the
is
one.
wrong with Luke being a
No.
hero in the story? Anyways, he was
No.
always supposed to be a heroic character. What's wrong with that
What?
exactly?
Stark, no.
Luke makes some
Stark, stay out,
flawless
stay out,
Stark,
stay out of
be
it.
Guy
quiet.
wants to save his friends and family and does everything he can to save the galaxy. Yeah, totally
The
not a hero, guys.
reason,
Like, what's wrong with
that
that?
Luke is so good in that film is because he overcomes his problems. The reason
Yeah,
is he
like-
fails.
Like
He
superheroes,
fails, and
like
then he
superheroes do.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Superheroes
are
not
flawed
overcome
too.
their problems. Does Spider-Man overcome his problems?
Yes,
Does Batman
but Luke
overcome his
also-
Well, yeah,
problems?
the movie's about
Great.
Luke initially rejecting the notion of him being a legend, but then kind of
Exactly.
embracing that by the end.
That's what I'm saying!
You can still
Like,
reject
the
being a
entire
legend while
film,
being
the
in
entire
character.
film on a
Yeah, you
On
can
a
still
narrative
write him in
level-
character while doing that. The problem is that they wrote him out of character to get
they wrote him
there.
in
It's the same
character. You
problem
guys
if
are
you do
just
like with
choosing
Edge of
to
Time.
ignore that.
No, you've
This
been
is the
ignoring constant.
No, we're-
you've
what?
ignored. You've Okay,
All
you've been
you
ignoring
say-
layers upon layers of
your only
context that we've
argument
been
is he's a
bringing.
Jedi
Okay,
master.
yeah.
He wouldn't
That's not
do
the
that.
only
That's
argument,
Wasn't
but
our
okay.
argument.
Your
We've
argument.
That's not
the
the
Jedi
only
master
argument.
wouldn't
That's
do
not
that.
the
He
only
didn't know he
argument.
wouldn't do this. He
That's
wouldn't
not
do
the
that.
only argument.
That
We've
is
given
the
you
argument.
No, it
I
is
think
not.
you're,
Not my
like,
pick, and I'm
We
5
have
hours.
given
That
you
shit.
we have given you layers upon layers of context throughout the other movies with references and points, and your only argument is, guys, he's human. Guys,
Oh yeah,
he's
that is
scared.
the truth. He's human and he's fucking stupid. That's
Okay,
what he does.
okay. So I have
Oh
one
my
question
god,
for you.
neither
How
of you
can
are
you not?
listening to each other.
Hey,
Both of you are
hey,
ignoring each
Mar-
other.
Mara's woke. I was speaking. Hey, okay. So if that's your argument, how
I'm
can we
glad
just
you
not
were.
apply that to every character ever? Why can't I just say the same for Sandman? He was scared for his daughter, so he
Because
wasn't thinking
Luke
straight, so he sided
Flaw
with
in
the
the
villain.
Peter
Last
was scared
Jedi
for his
is
vacation.
stolen
Why is it
from
different with
Return of the
Sandman?
Jedi. It is
Is
a
it
flaw
different
we've
with
seen before.
Sandman?
flaw
Oh my
we've
god,
seen
stop
before.
babbling. Answer the question. Answer the question. Why is it
Shut
different
the
with
fuck
Sandman?
up.
Why can't I
Shut the
simply
fuck up,
say
bro.
why can't I
Oh my
simply say with
God.
Sandman, he was human, he was scared for his
Because
daughter,
they
so he
don't
just made an
establish that
irrational
as a
decision.
fucking flaw in his character in either movie. They just
Yes,
pull
it
it
is
out
a
of their
flaw.
ass.
It is
Last
what?
Jedi that flaws in Return of the Jedi.
You're
No Way
wrong.
Home is a movie
In
made
episode-
for 5-year-olds.
Calm
Okay,
down,
you
but we're
made a
about to call
point.
your
You
dad.
made
Oh
you made
my
a point, and then
God.
you try to make another point. That's called shotgunning. Okay,
Yeah,
you made a point. It was
okay.
garbage.
Okay, shut the fuck up. Your
Say
point's
that
a
Sandman-
miserable
Wait,
idea.
let him cook! Let him cook! Let him cook! Yo! Yo, let him cook! Let him fucking cook!
More through fucking implication.
No, shut the fuck up! You too, buddy!
Bit of Jack Kettner
Hey,
and
guys.
Leonardo.
Hey, I'd like to- hey, guys.
Alright, everyone shut the fuck up! Everyone shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut the fuck up!
You shut the fuck up.
You too, buddy!
Alright. Alright.
Okay, guys. Okay, let me just.
Stop with the Silent Hill 2 remake.
I think it's
Yo,
fair
for
to
real.
say. I think it's fair to say we're not getting anywhere. Me and what's his face, Mosquito, as smelly as he is, agree on the Last Jedi, and you guys don't like it. And I think we can just leave it at that.
Yeah,
I
probably
want to
best
keep going.
too.
I want to keep
I want to keep going,
Like,
bro. This is
No,
fun.
this is entertaining,
This
but I'm
is
just saying.
fun
I
as
was really
shit.
entertaining for the
Hold on,
conversation.
I think the problem is that you guys don't want to properly tackle the points at all. Like whenever, like I'm like, no, wait, what about this? I get cut off like right now. Like literally,
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
mainly with
Yeah,
Mosquito though.
exactly.
Mainly with
I've
Mosquito.
literally tackled all
It's
the
literally
points.
with
If
Mosquito.
you're choosing to disagree
I
with
think
me,
here's the
I
problem.
can't-
Here's the
I
problem.
So, hang on.
Mosquito.
Damn.
I was on something. The problem is like whenever we
Yeah,
try and
I'm
indulge
fucking
in
menaced.
something, someone like you like it seems like we always just try like you guys try to cut in before we even make the full point because like this is character. There's a lot to go into that. We're trying to like establish things, try and like formulate an argument, and then you guys cut us off before we can actually make the major points. It's really annoying. It's
Also,
like you guys
Mosquito,
don't
I
engage
think
with
the
the points that we're trying to say.
Also, Mosquito, I think the misunderstanding comes from the fact that you've heard many of the arguments, right? And you think you understand where it's going, but the problem is that you keep making presumptions out of overconfidence, and then
Yeah,
you're not going to hear what Comic Legend's
It's
saying.
annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, the thing is, I-
and then every time
Maybe
I try to
just
say
tone it
something-
down with that by a lot.
Every time I try to say something, I'm getting straw man with like, "Oh, Luke's not a superhero. You want him to be perfect." I'm like, I never fucking said that. Nobody's implying that at all.
the thing is, I listened to your
Yeah,
argument.
so like let's not
Let's
assume things like that just because
you
you've
guys
heard the
not yell
like
over each other? Like seriously.
can
this
you
is-
listen can you address what Comic Legend said?
And another problem that I have, and this is really important, is a lot of fucking shotgunning. Like Little Mosquito made a bad point about Sandman and then jumped to another argument when I was about to go, no, that's not true. Sandman does actually think through with his emotions. He does make emotional reaction-based decisions. He teams up with Venom because of emotional reaction.
Yeah, and that's
like,
bad
what are you
writing.
talking about?
That is, I've never been a big fan of how they handle that.
It's bad writing when I don't like it, so that's your standard.
Well,
I
no,
get it.
because I've read about
How-
what
but
the
that's
original
just anyone's
third act of
standard
that
for
film
liking
is,
art.
and
What?
it was a lot better. The original
Why
third
is
act
it
of
better?
Spider-Man, because Eddie was an actual character. He was somewhat fleshed out in the original third act. They kind of cut out all of
okay,
the things.
my bad. I don't care about Eddie. Why is it bad for Sandman, but not for
They
Luke?
were,
When Sandman is
as
just
far
going
as
through
I
his
remember,
emotions,
I might
he's
be
worried about
wrong, but
losing his
they were
daughter.
going to establish that Eddie was essentially holding his family hostage. That's how they were going to do it, which is also messy, but the entire film is messy. I don't think anything would have.
It doesn't matter. The point is he thinks Spider-Man's going to get in his way of saving his daughter. That's why he teams up with Venom to get rid of Spider-Man. It's an
Yeah,
emotional
but my
decision
thing
he
is,
makes
why
because of
would
the
he
fear of
team
losing
up
his
with
daughter.
the weird like multiverse villains? There's no point in
Because he
him.
doesn't believe
They're
he could
trying to
beat Spider-Man on his own.
destroy the box. They're literally trying to destroy the box.
Yeah, his
They're
goal
trying
is
to
to get
stop
home
him
to his
from
daughter.
using
Team me
his,
up with the villain.
Destroy the box? I'm talking about Venom right now. I'm talking about his decision there. Is that bad writing?
Well, no, not really. But
okay, so
that's not
you
flaw in his
agree-
character. That's not flaw in his character. In what do you call it? In No Way Home, there's never been that flaw in Sandman's character.
Okay,
He's
well,
never been
okay. So you
straight
don't know
up
what my
stupid.
argument is. You're fighting a straw man. I didn't make a point yet. Well, I don't know what you're
Okay,
arguing against.
okay,
I didn't make a singular point about No Way Home.
You
yet.
were trying to compare Sandman.
You don't know what I was trying to do. You just jumped to assumptions.
Yeah,
You're not.
we're
you're
doing
not
that
agreeing
again.
with me
Your
at all.
argument earlier, and I made
I
a
don't care about.
argument?
I don't
What?
care about earlier. Right in the here and now, what you literally just did is assume my argument. That's called a
Yeah,
straw
let's
man.
not do that.
Okay.
You
What?
didn't even hear what I was about to say. What I was simply about to fucking point out is if you already agree that Sandman can make decisions to go after Spider-Man based off an emotional reaction for his daughter, no matter how illogical it is, because it is illogical in Spider-Man 3, why is it essentially character assassination in No Way Home?
Because in No Way Home, he's really teaming up with the guys who are trying to destroy his only method of getting back to his daughter.
Okay. And
Yeah, but he does
Venom-
irrational things, bro.
Well, no,
Yeah,
that just
he's
doesn't
being
make any sense.
irrational.
That makes no fucking sense. Luke almost like turning
No,
on
I
his head.
agree. Just like it makes no sense to try and fucking think about killing a child before even speaking to him.
Briefly,
Yeah,
or the
but both of them
briefest
don't make sense. I
second,
don't know what you're
the
talking about.
briefest second contemplates it and realizes how stupid he
It
is.
doesn't
He
matter.
contemplates murdering
Stark,
a fucking
Stark.
child in his sleep before talking to him, yeah. And then quits the Jedi Order and completely goes into fucking hiding.
Look,
Yeah,
if I was responsible for
he
Space
gives up
Hitler 2,
completely.
I probably would quit as well. I can't blame Luke
Huh?
for quitting the Jedi Order after that.
Are
He
you
literally was
fucking
responsible.
stupid?
Yeah, he
Wait,
probably
what?
was worried about
Are
fucking
you
things
for
up even
real right
worse.
now?
Huh?
SK.
Yeah.
Bro, Come on.
Come on, what?
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 You can't just say come on and
All right,
okay.
we'll do it. We'll do it real
Thank you to
quick.
come
We'll do
on
it
him.
real quick.
Okay.
Call in, bro. We're in the middle of something. Is it?
Okay, dude. Well, they're in there
Okay,
now.
can I ask a question real quick?
Yes.
What?
All right, Mosquito. Why is it that whenever we like try to like make an argument or anything, especially when we do make a direct comparison, like with Comic Legend with Sandman, why is it that then you'll then be like, oh well, because this is a movie for 5-year-olds, or like do completely bad faith assessment in our arguments? Like that's not going to help us get anywhere.
Yeah, that doesn't. What? Yeah.
Okay, look, I do have a bit of a hate boner for that movie. I'm not going to pretend I don't, and that is a problem.
Okay.
But what I will
Okay.
say,
Well, all right.
what I will say is, I don't see the comparison as being very beneficial because they're not the same at all. Like those,
Then
the problem with Sandman and No Way Home is not the same as there is no problem.
Yeah,
with
but
Luke
the
and Last
problem is
Jedi.
every argument you use to tell me why the Sandman one is bad, I could do what you're doing and simply just go, yeah, but Sandman's just acting irrational. He's not thinking straight.
Well, no, there's no like basis for that though. Sandman,
There is a
previous film,
basis.
when
He's
he
irrational in
acts,
Spider-Man 3.
Well, No Way Home
acts
doesn't present it like
irrational.
he's acting
That's a
irrationally.
basis.
The Last Jedi does. The Last Jedi does present it like he's
Okay,
acting.
repeating the argument doesn't make it better. There's a basis. In Spider-Man 3, he acts irrationally.
I was
When-
responding to exactly
basis.
what you just said. I was literally responding to exactly what you said.
Yeah, but you repeated the same thing. You can't keep going. He doesn't have a basis of being irrational when he does. He does in Spider-Man 3. So we have proof he can be irrational when he's emotional. So he's emotional in No Way Home, so that's why he's not thinking straight.
In No Way Home, Sandman isn't. The movie doesn't show. The movie doesn't tell us that is an irrational decision. The Last Jedi tells us that it's an irrational decision.
There you go.
Why do they not show it? Like they literally do show it. Spider-Man tries to speak sense to Sandman, and he says, "I don't care." He's clearly acting irrational.
That's
indicating
that
he's not thinking straight. Flint, we could save everyone, and he just goes,
I don't care.
He's not thinking straight. That's what that's indicating to the audience, that he's being irrational. So no, you're wrong on that front too. He's irrational. There's a basis for it. There's provable fact about him being irrational. So why can't I just go he's irrational to all of your arguments against it?
Because at
Answer.
the end of the day, let's look at how both of these are handled. When Sandman is quote unquote irrational in No Way Home, it is a single line, and that's pretty much it. We're just supposed to believe it's like that because and when you're watching the film,
Stark.
when you're
Stark.
when you're watching No Way Home,
how many lines do you want? Now there's a numbered standard to this. How many lines do you want to tell us that he's irrational?
It's not just the lines. The way No Way Home frames Sandman is hell. No Way Home's like
They frame him as irrational. I actually have more evidence now that I think about it. In No Way Home, once Spider-Man like teleports Sandman, he immediately gets aggressive and tries to attack him.
Well, yeah, if I got teleported,
okay, dude. You made a point, and there's a major flaw in the point. So before we move on to another point, we have to point out the flaw, or else you're gonna make me have to sift through a mess. And I'm not gonna do that. You can't do that. You can't go, well, I'm gonna say this thing, even though there's a lot of stupidity to it.
Whenever I point out something,
oh fucking Christ, dude!
You
be quiet, Colin.
Yeah, shut up, Colin.
So you're trying to say that there was only one scene. You said there's only one scene of the being indicated. That is not true.
My point.
So would you like to know why it's not true?
You say you're jumping the straw man point.
Jesus
I was jumping the straw man.
You interrupted him first.
Colin, you're not
He wasn't finished.
Okay, everyone, say if Mosquito literally said there was only one scene where they showed Sandman being irrational.
Oh my god.
You said that. So you're saying I'm strawmanning you by covering something you literally said.
I wasn't done. I was going to elaborate on that point.
Okay, so yeah, let him go then. Let him go.
Like Jesus.
All right. But you're incorrect inherently. There's not just one scene.
No. One or two scenes. Okay, sure. Maybe there's more than one scene. The problem with No Way Home is it never really explores this idea further because Sandman's just another plot device for the sake of the story. Hell, why is Sandman even in that movie? Can't we be honest? Like, it makes no sense.
He sucks.
Okay, can I?
Okay, no,
This is about
shotgunning.
Last
I'm gonna
Jedi.
respond to him saying something to me. So the problem with this argument now is like we're going off the topic of his character. He's not out of character because he's unnecessary, like in the plot. That wouldn't be him out of character. That would just be a misuse of his character. We're talking about if he's in character or not. So how is he out of character for teaming up with the bad guys if we have multiple scenes proving that he's an irrational person? The third movie establishes he's an irrational person, and we have enough basis to go he's being irrational. So there you go. Why can't I say that?
Because the film doesn't do a very good job saying that.
Why?
You can say that the film in concept is trying to say something. I agree with you that those scenes are trying to express that point.
Why is it not doing a good job? How is it not doing a good
same
job?
thing for TLJ though?
Because Last Jedi, the entire plot's about Luke's failure. They do a very good job fleshing that out. We literally get like the Rashomon homage.
Shut up, dude. Colin.
It's
I swear to
literally
God.
like it is literally the entire point of the movie is exploring Luke's failure.
Man,
Well,
that's
like,
insane.
The
And
thing is,
Sandman's whole motivation is for his daughter, so like, you know.
Yeah, and he's irrational about it, so it's perfectly fine why he did everything. I don't know what criticism there is for Sandman anymore. You can just simply go that he's not thinking straight throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, exactly, bro. It's perfect.
It doesn't do a good job of fleshing that point
Earlier,
out.
I
It
blew
just
my
has, like,
brains out because no one's letting me talk.
Okay, but
let Mark talk.
that's
Let
a
Mark
separate
talk. Let Mark talk.
Okay,
Let Mark talk. Mara's
that's a
gonna
separate argument. Doing a good job or not doesn't change the fact it is there. That means he's not out of character, but inherently, because it's by objective fact that he's fucking irrational, and he is in the movie, and there's enough proof to prove it to you. So how is he out of character? You could say it's not a good job of how they handled it. I don't give a fuck. How you said he's out of character. Why is he out of character? He's irrational, and they established this.
Okay, so you said his whole irrationality like came from like whenever he saw Peter teleport Electro back to the sanctum, and that's when he started to not trust him. But then they get to Happy's apartment, and he's fine. He even like says to
No, I
Electro,
said he's
he's like,
irrational about his daughter.
"I'm not done talking."
Because you have a broken
Jesus.
premise. You were trying to
Let
argue
Mars
something I never even
speak.
implied.
Jesus.
Yeah, Comic Legend was just
You're literally
correcting
a-
something.
Dude,
That's
Yeah,
all.
Right, here's the
He was correcting
Guys,
something.
literally
Mark,
don't
I'm
let
going
me
to
Mark
criticize
talk.
you.
Okay,
You're
let Mark wait. Let Mark continue. Let Mark continue.
Let Mark.
Yeah, go
finish.
ahead. Go ahead.
He even fucking says to Electro, he says, "Don't mess with that. Just let them do their thing and like cure us or whatever." He doesn't say that verbatim, but like he's on board with just letting the spiders do their experiments. Then Goblin goes crazy, fights Spider-Man, and then the final act happens. Like there's no reason logically for Sandman to be fighting on the side of the villains.
He doesn't think the heroes will win. He doesn't think Spider-Man will win, so he thinks the villains will win. He's irrationally thinking about
That
his
point
daughter.
is not shown at all in the film.
How would that even work? Because the villains want to destroy his
He's
way
worried
home
about
to
his
his
daughter.
But that doesn't work.
Okay, it doesn't work that Luke would just forget about how Force visions work. He's irrational, guys.
It's
Like, I don't
literally
know what-
established
It's
in
the
the
same
film
kind of
that
argument.
the difference is
It said in the film that he's worried
Mark
about his
pointed
daughter and
out-
he's not thinking
as
straight. And
Mark
they established
pointed out-
multiple times in the movie that he's not thinking straight. Like, I don't
All
know what
right.
to tell you. It's the
He
same
doesn't
thing.
mention his daughter
but
once in the movie.
The difference is
What? I'm pretty sure he does mention his daughter.
No,
the
he just says,
difference-
"I just
does.
want to go home."
It doesn't. He just says, "I don't
I just wanna
care."
go
That's
home.
all he
He
says.
says, "I have a daughter. I want to see her." He says that
Okay,
to
he
Yeah,
Matt.
says
so-
that, but
yeah,
he
so
doesn't
you guys are
like
just
say
both
that.
wrong.
He just says, "I just want to go home, man."
The difference is Luke's motivations and mistakes are very clearly outlined in his not just in his. In all three, we see different perspectives of what happened, and then we see what actually happened, and we're given a complete and total assessment of the situation. With Sandman, it's just like, "Oh, I don't care," and he randomly switches sides in the middle of nowhere.
No,
It's
okay,
not really
so
explained
once
why.
again, they outlined
isn't
Sandman's
explained why.
character flaw. They outlined his character flaw from Spider-Man 3 all the way to No Way Home, and there's multiple examples. There's the example where he's
the
just acting
example of
irrational
him
during
getting sent to
Electro.
the
There's
sanctum
okay,
isn't irrational.
I'm not done. There's the example of him acting irrational during when Electro was teleported. There's the example of him irrationally teaming up with Venom because he's worried about his daughter. And there's once again the scene where he's acting irrational, saying "I don't care" when Spider-Man's trying to speak logic to him.
All right,
That's
let's
showing that he's not
explore
thinking
each of those
straight. They
points.
indicate it
Let's
very
explore
clearly in
each
the
of
movie.
those points. Spider-Man tried to murder Sandman in Spider-Man 3. He literally tries to
What?
murder.
Oh, I thought you said Iron Man. I was like, what the fuck?
No, Spider-Man. Not
Yeah,
Iron
you
Man.
missed that scene where Iron Man shows up and fucking murders him, dude.
Yeah, but again, I think that when we're talking about, I just realized this is an oversight on my part. Spider-Man literally tries to murder him. He literally like unleashes like the weird like the sewer pipes, and like bro gets fucking like washed away. So Sandman has like every reason to want to hurt Spider-Man right now. It's actually
okay. They reconciled. That's not really.
It's not
That's
great.
not a
It's
good
not
argument
great,
at all.
but that's
What?
Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 is just kind of
Just a
good ideas, very
water.
messy.
Then Spider-Man can't do anything to you. There you go. What? Why would he want to kill Spider-Man?
It's a very messy movie. I'm not going to try to defend
But
Spider-Man. I'm
but
not.
he literally.
I'll go on about Spider-Man
Zark,
2.
let him continue his point.
I mean, I want to clarify. I think Sandman's poorly written in these movies too, but the difference is I'm using the same logic you guys are. You guys are trying to bring in logical reasons why Sandman should be rational, but when we do that with fucking Luke, when it comes to how he should think, how his training should be, how he is as a person consistently, how the other movies establish these things, you guys just go, he's irrational. He's not thinking straight. He's scared. But then when I do it with Sandman, you guys are doing
Luke
what we're doing.
Skywalker has
in
inconsistent
reverse.
morals.
Listen,
You
I'm
guys
gonna
have
ask
noticed
you
that you guys have
I'm
literally
gonna
been
ask you-
arguing like me and SK about Sandman. Like you guys don't have consistent
I'm going to
standards.
ask you this comic legend. Does No Way Home even bother to remotely explore Sandman's thinking process at all? No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
It really
explores
doesn't. It really doesn't.
It's a bad exploration.
I'm gonna be honest. I
references that
forget
explore it.
Sandman is in that movie sometimes. They
That's
do
not an
do a
argument.
good job.
He is
That
in
is
the.
an argument.
He-
That is an argument.
Okay,
When one of your
saying,
characters is
okay, no.
treated the way
Saying
Sandman
I
is in that
forget
film.
characters in a movie is not an argument to the quality of the character or how in character there. That's not an argument.
Yeah,
and it's not an argument because there is scenes and references that explore his character, but quote unquote. You
very
may
well.
not like it, but it's in the movie. There
And
is
it's
scenes
not
of
done
him being
very well.
irrational.
There's-
There's scenes of him referencing he wants to go home and see his daughter. So there is enough developing what I am saying right now. That's in the movie. They did explore it.
It doesn't.
It didn't do it
It
well.
isn't done
It's
very
shit.
well.
Very
Yeah, but
different, like,
it's still in the
severities,
movie
though.
though. That's what he's trying to say.
It's still in
It
the
is
movie.
in
It's
the
still
movie. I
present,
agree
even
with
if it's
you.
not
I
done
agree
well.
with
It's
you.
still in there.
I never said it wasn't there. I
The
never
only
said it
argument
wasn't
that
there.
you're displaying is just I don't like it. That's not a good argument. I don't like how they handled Luke's fucking exploration because it's
The
out of
difference
character.
between Luke
That's valid,
and
friend.
Sandman is that Luke's shit is explored throughout the entire film
Sandman
and is
stuff is
fleshed out,
fucking
and
explored.
we basically know everything there is to why he did what he did. Sandman is just, oh wow, I don't care. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much the most you're gonna get for Sandman in that film.
Hey,
Because
That's not true.
Hey,
They,
Stark-
they establish he wants to go home because he wants to help protect his
oh
daughter.
yeah, that's about it. He wants to go home, protect his daughter. He doesn't trust Spider-Man because
And the first time you
he doesn't
meet him
trust
in the
Spider-Man,
movie,
even
he
though
does
he
some-
should trust Spider-Man based on the previous film.
and the first time we meet him, he immediately does something irrational.
When he
So we
sent
have
the
a basis.
thing
So we have a basis that he's
because he's sent to some
irrational.
weird.
We have a basis that he cares for his daughter, and it makes him fearful and act irrational. So yeah,
But
there is a basis of why
Is
he
your
acts like this.
example of Sandman being irrational him hitting the glass when he's sent to the sanctum? Is that seriously irrational?
When did I
If
say
was
that?
sent-
When did I say that?
You
When
said
did I say
earlier.
that?
You said earlier
He's
that
asking
Sandman.
you.
Yeah, I'm asking you first of all. I do recall you saying that
I
Sandman
never said that.
acts aggressively and
I was talking
irrationally
about
when
when
he
he
was
saw
sent back.
Sandman get fucking. When Sandman gets teleported, he's immediately like, "What did you do to him?" Da, 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 da. He like jumps to conclusions.
Well, yeah,
and
of
stuff.
course.
That's an
Well, yeah,
irrational
the guy
response.
just disappeared in front of him. You're acting. That's an irrational conclusion. That isn't. It's a very
Yeah.
logical conclusion. The guy just
Yeah, to
disappeared.
attack. You just said he should trust Spider-Man from the last movie, and he's going to initially fight Spider-Man
I'm
because of
saying
something he doesn't
isn't-
understand
that
initially.
isn't a-
You
that
don't
isn't
think that's a
good-
little irrational?
That isn't a good point for him being irrational when Electro disappears, because that is a very confusing thing. The guy just disappears, and it is Spider-Man's fault. So yes,
Okay,
he's
so you're
acting
not listening.
like
So you're not
that's
listening.
not irrational.
You already gave the reason why he would be why that would be irrational for him, because you just said why doesn't he trust Spider-Man because
I mean,
of the
it
last
isn't his
movie.
Spider-Man. He takes off his mask at that point. He realizes that.
Okay, he still knows he's Spider-Man. Like he would still know he's like the hero and all that shit. He's like
Yeah,
stopping a
but
super
so you're
villain. That's why he
acting.
teams
You're
up with
acting
the
like
Spider-Man he doesn't
Sandman is
recognize.
irrational for being very confused why Electro suddenly disappears.
It's not that he's confused, it's his reaction to it. He was going to fight a superhero based off something he doesn't fully understand yet. He doesn't just question him. He was
He's
going to
very
attack him.
emotional, yes. But at the
Yeah,
end of the day, when is
emotional
this
to the degree
established?
of making bad decisions? Is that what you're
Why-
telling me? Irrationality?
The difference is why the hell is he teaming up with the guys who are trying to destroy the box? Why isn't he
Is
not?
he-
If they wanted to get that
He's
point
not
across,
thinking straight.
why wasn't he
He's not
fighting
thinking straight.
everyone?
He's not thinking
Why
straight. He's
were-
being irrational.
It isn't done well, because if it was
Okay,
done well, he would
It's
be
not done
attacking
well, it's
Goblin.
not done well The Last
He would
Jedi.
be
It's not done well The
attacking-
Last Jedi.
It is
Okay,
done
wait,
with The Last
question,
Jedi.
because what you're
Luke
saying
understands
is,
how Force visions work, and Luke understands you can prevent the future
Okay,
from
but
happening,
your
but he
point-
doesn't
your
try to
point-
redeem Kylo. He
your
tries to kill him
point is
initially.
that Okay, your
That's
point
out
is
of
that
character.
Sandman is it's okay. His irrationality is okay, even though like what he's doing is counterproductive to what he wants to
Just
do.
like how it's
And
counterproductive with Luke, because we know Luke wouldn't do that because of all the
We
references
don't know
kept
Luke
giving you
wouldn't
but
guys.
it's
do
not
that. You think
counterproductive.
Luke
If he
wouldn't
did
do
Yes,
kill
that.
we
him, if
did.
he didn't
Yes,
even
we
want to,
did, and
if he
we've
No, we
didn't,
outlined it
didn't. No, we
multiple
didn't.
times,
No,
and we
we
can
didn't.
outline it again.
No,
Okay,
we
we
didn't.
okay,
No,
I'll
we
outline
didn't.
it again. I'll
No, we
outline it
didn't.
again.
Can
I'll
can
outline
can
it
Comic
again.
Legend
we
talk?
didn't.
Yeah, can I actually outline it instead
Holy
of saying no,
shit.
we didn't?
This is
That's
the
the biggest
fifth
cope I've
time
ever
you've
heard.
Can
You
you
don't
let
want to
him
hear my
talk?
argument.
Mosquito,
You
let
don't
him
want to
talk.
hear
either
You don't
of you
even
are
know. You don't
ridiculous.
even know why Luke is out of character, and you're here going, "No, we didn't. No, we didn't." Duh.
Because he's
Yeah,
not
he
out
didn't.
of character. and
He
you're not
didn't let him
making
finish his
him-
argument.
Ryan Johnson good. La 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 la. Like it's so fucking caveman.
Oh
Okay,
my
all right, Comic Legend, go, 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 just go, just go. Mosquito,
Alright,
shut,
I'll
shush.
go. Shut the fuck up. Okay, number one, Luke understands how force visions work, which means he understands the future is always in motion. Luke consistently will initially try and redeem the bad guys before trying to kill them, especially if they're close to him and a loved one to him, aka his father. He didn't try to kill Darth Vader at first, he tried to change him. So it is inconsistent that the guy who would initially try and redeem someone not do the same to Kylo when he knows that the future can be preventable ever since episode 5. That would just be an objective inconsistency with his fucking character. There you go. That's actually all I need.
You know, I've
That's
argued
all
this so many times. I'm gonna let Mar take this one for once. Like, how
Oh,
are you?
okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
you
wait,
deal
no,
with this
okay.
one. Yeah.
What's up? What's up? I didn't hear anything.
Basically, comic
One of my
Legend
AirPods died.
explained that
Luke Skywalker initially, when he meets Luke Skywalker, when he's encountered by friends or family that are turned to the dark side, will by just pure instinct try and redeem them, like he does with his father.
I mean, that's a situation he only ever came across twice in his life.
Okay, that's still
So I think
indicating like his character. Like, what does that have to do with anything?
Sure, but like it's not like he has a lot of experience with that exact situation. It's just it's only ever happened to him twice. So saying every single time Luke encounters family or who he cares about, he turns to the dark side. It's like it's only happened once. Like it's not really fair to say that that's how Luke would always handle that situation.
Well, that's
Why
kinda
would he
stupid
why would he
because-
handle?
Well,
Why would he handle it any
Colin,
different
what
when
I-
this is also a loved one? I would understand your argument if you're saying that like Kylo wasn't a family member, you could have some wiggle room. The problem is it's almost verbatim the same thing. A loved one that's a part of his family is having dark thoughts, could turn to the dark side. It's actually worse because he's not Darth Vader. Darth Vader is evil. Kylo's just some kid who's sleeping right now.
well,
So
yeah.
if anything, he would have
It's
more
already
incentive to try and just change him.
Well, it's already implied. Like Luke said that he had already like seen a lot of darkness in him during his training and stuff. And I actually don't remember if this is right. Didn't he say he was already like communicating with Snoke?
Well, yeah,
Okay,
that's
so-
basically how it's implied.
okay.
It's implied that he is.
Okay, so
communicating with
just
Snoke at that
already, Darth Vader's dark side aura is so bad. Like most people feel fucking cold just being near him, right?
They can't even move around
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, people are literally
these are
shocked and fear
different
and feel like they're in the
situations.
winter, like even in a hot area when Vader's in. That's how fucking dark side he is. He has so much dark aura. That's how you feel around him.
He's so much dark aura.
He's got so much
point.
aura,
The
bro.
Vader glazing is crazy, but not that I blame you. He's Vader. He's the goat. But these are two different situations, as Mars said. We don't know how Luke is going to
Yeah,
act.
it's better. Like Kylo isn't Darth Vader. Darth Vader's worse. Are you
Luke
gonna
has
argue
more
Kylo's
to
worse than
lose here.
Vader?
Luke milked this entire order.
No,
and
he
was
doesn't.
essentially
What does he have more to lose? He had the whole galaxy in episode 6.
Bro,
He can't-
Shut up,
he doesn't have
Colin.
more to lose.
Do you think that?
If you
Do you
say
think
that
that? Wait,
again,
wait,
I'm
wait. Let me
I'm
ask
so
this.
done
Let
with
me
this.
ask
He
this real
literally
quick.
had the whole
Let me ask this
galaxy
real quick.
in
Wait, let me
episode
ask this real
6.
quick. Do you think that Kylo Ren at that point would even come close to being able to beat Luke in a fight?
Luke he thought he could preemptively deal with it. He thought wrong.
Yeah,
obviously, and
that's my point.
being wrong.
But that's my point. With Vader, right? He didn't even try to do that. Who he would obviously know he could probably lose
He
to.
feels more of a personal
Vader could
attack
kill him
here
at any
if he
moment, and he
defeats
still
him.
That's
took that
irrelevant.
risk.
That's irrelevant. Vader could
It
kill
isn't
him.
irrelevant.
Shut the fuck up! I'm not
It
done.
isn't
I'm not
irrelevant.
done.
It's
not.
even irrelevant.
It's irrelevant.
You don't hear why it's
Well, man,
irrelevant.
Oh my
Well,
I hate when
god.
people do
Listen.
that.
Listen, Vader could kill him. Not only that, but he could also continue to, lead the Nazi Empire across the fucking galaxy. He's already done terrible shit, whereas Kylo, he just had a simple vision where Luke could have just talked to him, and there's no risk involved. There's no risk at all.
Yeah, he could just detain Kylo if
Mar,
Kylo
you
The
goes
deal
and
movie
does anything
expresses
wrong.
everything
Keep an
in
eye
his
on
head.
him.
The movie completely
He
agrees with
could
that
grip
standpoint.
up Kylo with the Force and just hold them there.
The
He wouldn't do
movie
shit.
agrees with you.
Yeah,
It
but the
agrees
movie doesn't understand the problem.
It does understand the problem, and Luke
Uh-huh.
is painted as a horrible person for what he did.
Yeah, I agree. He is a horrible person
Fuck
for it.
is this shit?
Yeah,
And
gotta
he
agree.
ends
They
up
acknowledge their
learning
shit
from
writing
that
and they still
mistake.
didn't change it. I
Yeah,
agree.
it's
The
still
movie's
bad,
stupid.
bro. It's
It
still
is not
Okay,
bad.
wait a
It's
second.
like-
Guys,
They
Home
recommend-
You guys are
Home
gonna
is good
crucify me.
because Peter recognizes that it paints
You
him as
guys
he's
are
doing
gonna
a bad thing.
crucify me, but Luke's arc in that film is
Recognized as wrong in No Way Home.
Okay, do you
It's
think?
probably
Okay,
the most that
Wait,
Star Wars
wait.
arc that
Come on. I
resonated
want to
with
bring up something because this fucking guy keeps trying to go, oh, he has more to lose. That's a blatant lie. Kylo's unwilling to kill his fucking mother. So Leia would never be in danger from Kylo. When
We
Vader
didn't
was
see the
willing to
vision.
torture
Luke
her.
doesn't.
Vader was willing to torture her. How does that not equal more to lose in
Vader
episode 6?
destroyed an entire
All of his
planet.
friends and no, SK. All of his friends and family were gonna fucking die in front of him, and his sister was gonna be converted to the dark side through what would be implied to be fucking torture. You think that's less to lose than Kylo, who's such a wimp bitch he can't kill his own mother? Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Look,
Luke
communism.
doesn't-
You're
I
making
mean, Luke
shit
has no
up. He
reason to
doesn't
think
have more to
that-
lose. You're
Oh my-
lying to our face right now.
I'm
That's a
not
lie.
lying. Look, chill out.
You
Chill
keep
out.
saying
Chill out.
it even though we
Hey,
correct you,
hey,
so you're being
hey.
dishonest. Bro.
You're not correct.
What
me.
the
You're
fuck?
informing me of your
Oh my
opinion.
God.
I
Holy
don't agree
shit.
with you, and I don't
Ridiculous.
have to
Wait,
agree with
okay,
you.
why do you not
I
agree?
did
Wait,
this.
no, but why do you not
Why do
agree
you
with
not
it?
agree with it? He's unwilling to kill his mother. Did you not watch The Last Jedi? In The Last Jedi, he couldn't kill his mother.
Did you
He
not
couldn't do
watch
it.
The Last Jet? Let me speak.
Luke doesn't know
Jesus.
that.
You guys want to have a debate and you don't let the other side talk at all. Like,
I
damn.
mean, I think it's a problem on both sides, but whatever.
Well, yeah, I agree there.
Yeah.
We all are
Luke
yelling
signs
over each other.
equally as
Let's calm down, all right?
Here,
Let's calm the
like,
fuck down.
At
Holy
the end
shit!
of the day, at the
Oh
end
my
of the day,
God.
these are movies intended to be enjoyed by 10-year-olds. I don't know why we're all screaming about these. We need to.
So
we
this is
need
a
to calm
movie
down here.
about space
Okay,
wizards
Mosquito.
intended for children.
I'm on your side, but shut the fuck up.
Patrick Williams ass.
Look, I love Star Wars, dude. I love it. I grew up with it, but let's be honest about what it is. It doesn't mean that it's bad. It doesn't mean it's
Got
less
space
than, but
wizards
Let's be honest.
It's
intended
got
for children.
space wizards
That's
intended
great,
for
that's
children.
great.
Shut up, SK.
But like you being a moron is what makes people mad, not the fucking-
Colin,
Oh
dude,
my God.
stop,
Bro,
Colin.
someone mute that guy. Someone
Usually
mute
I'm
that guy.
against Colin, but like the
He's
problem
like,
is like every time we get a response, it's always obtuse and just ignores the argument.
You
I
think
still
it's
haven't
obtuse.
gotten like,
I
a
think
proper
your
answer
arguments are obtuse.
against
I
yeah,
can
like
say the
right
same
there, like
thing
right
about
there.
you,
That's
but I'm
being
not.
obtuse. I haven't even
Okay.
like outlined how like my point yet, and he's still fucking.
You were literally
That's why
doing
people are getting
every
frustrated. I
single-
haven't even said my
every
point.
single-
I haven't even
every-
elaborated on what I mean. You don't even know what I mean.
Let
You're
Comic
arguing against
let
Eric.
Comic Legend elaborate. Let Comic Legend elaborate.
Oh man.
I'll let him elaborate, and then when I give my point, he's going to interrupt it because that's what he's done.
Just let him elaborate. Holy
Oh my
shit.
god, bro!
Hold
Exactly
you
what I mean.
suck.
It's the capability is ridiculous. Like my point is very simple. It's fucking like to this day, like so far, there still hasn't been a proper like acknowledgement that Luke should understand how Force visions work. Like they're not engaging with that, and it's frustrating. You're just ignoring it, and it's really disingenuous.
I'm not ignoring it. I've explained very much what I think you're trying to say, and you disagree.
Okay,
with
wait,
me, and you're-
then-
you are
all right,
entitled to
wait,
disagree with me,
explain
but
it
you
again.
can't act-
Explain it again.
Okay. It's been 30 years post Return Jedi. I believe it's 30 years. And Luke has built up this Jedi Order. He hasn't come in contact with the dark side, presumably that much. He's secure. He's safe. He has gained so much. And now he's given something that essentially threatens his entire state. Well, you're going to let me finish?
I'm
No,
not
that's-
I'm
He's
laughing
laughing at something else. He's
go.
laughing at something else.
Okay. He's essentially told that one of his students, his nephew, is going to become Space Hitler 2, and he's going to wipe out everything that he loves, everything he holds close. Luke is in a horrible mental state, and he deals with this in the worst possible way, which is instinct. He doesn't actually think. He lets his emotions take over him, which a big thing about being a Jedi is actually learning to control your emotions. So he makes a fundamental Jedi mistake. And he turns his saber on without thinking. And by the time he realizes, what the hell am I doing? Why am I doing this? Kylo's awake and everything gets screwed up. In no way does this make Luke some idiot just makes him vulnerable, which he's already been. It's framed in the exact same way it's framed in Return of the Jedi. Luke is not perfect. He can be vulnerable. And he ends up learning throughout the film that he can be more than the guy who results in Kylo Ren. He can become the Jedi that he once was, and he ends up inspiring the entire galaxy one more time before dying, which is great.
All right.
And that's why I love his arc so much. And I don't get the criticism that this is out of character because they do a very good job establishing, in
All
my
right,
opinion.
so here's what I mean about like not like addressing that at all. Like you're kind of skimming past it. The problem is like once we put like the argument together, that ruins your point anyways. The point is very simply, Luke has been consistently shown on instinct to value and care for his friends and family.
Not on
Kylo,
instinct.
Okay, see how you're interrupting me? I let you talk.
Okay.
Kylo is a friend or family. He's a family member, right? So with that being said, consistently shown throughout the whole OT, he would prioritize the well-being of somebody that he cares for and that he loves, aka try and redeem someone who's being tempted by the dark side. So with that being said, the instinctual point doesn't negate the fact he would understand how force visions work, because his instinct would be thinking how to save him, which would make him think about, oh, look at that. Force visions don't equal the truth. I have a chance to change him.
Let's examine your claim about him on instinct wanting to redeem everyone. In Empire Strikes Back, Vader tells him he's his father. Great scene. Luke rejects Vader and he falls down the shaft. And there's a really stupid special edition where they had the Palpatine scream there, which is stupid. But anyways, he doesn't really come to the decision that he wants to redeem Vader until Return of the Jedi, which presumably takes place like what, a month, a week. I'm not sure the whole time frame. A year. Yeah, a year. He comes to that decision after a year of dealing with it. It's not some instinct thing. It's a decision he makes through having the time to think about it. When the visions confront him in The Last Jedi, he acts completely on instinct. He doesn't give himself time to think. And because of that, he makes a really stupid mistake. So no, I don't think that the claim that Luke on instinct is just going to try to redeem everyone.
All right, so the problem with that is
Luke came to that conclusion.
Empire Strike. Oh, my bad.
Luke comes to that conclusion because he actually has time to think about it.
In The Empire Strikes Back, they actually don't conclude if or if not he was gonna redeem his father. Like it's supposed to be ambiguous at that point. But the first thing he does when he has contact with him is try to talk to him.
Well, yeah, obviously he's going to try to talk to him, even if he wants to kill him.
Well, okay, prove that he wants to kill him after that scene.
We don't know he wants to kill him. It's left ambiguous. But my point is, he doesn't really come to the decision that he wants to redeem Vader until presumably a year.
But in episode 6, that's when they establish he can redeem him. Like that's what he thinks.
Yes, after a year, presumably in universe time. It's not just something that he comes up
so once again, we don't know
to that conclusion. It is implied that he actually thought about it off screen.
We don't know that. We don't know what his thought process is.
We don't know that.
That's too ambiguous.
Likely. It's
likely. It's likely. There's no way to prove it's likely. We don't know. All that we know is that he figured out that Vader. I'm not done. All that we know is that he figured out Vader is his father, and then he fucking like escapes, and then like he feels like a conflict about like how he feels about that like answer. Like he's like, oh my god, the person I looked up to, my father, is the Dark Lord.
Oh, yeah.
But there's nothing indicating he's still okay with killing him. If anything, there's just a lot saying against that. Because like once we get him actually being confronted with that, he fucking doesn't want to kill him.
My argument, though, is you're trying to paint this picture that Luke, on instinct, is going to try to redeem his loved ones immediately, which we are really given a precedent.
He cares about his friends and family. Like, you know, he instinctually tries to save, like, his, he instinctually in Empire, he tries, like, immediately when he sees the Force vision, he wants to go and save his friends, right? Like, he wants to help the people he loves.
And what is the Kylo Force vision? Can I remind you? Kylo ends up killing all of his friends and family.
So once again,
see what I mean?
I think you know what the argument is. You're just trying to tip-top past it. So for episode 5, he has a Force vision. His family and friends are in danger, so he tries to save them. We know he also is capable of wanting to redeem people who go to the dark side if he loves them, like his friends and family with Vader, right? So if he has a Force vision of a friend and family in need, which would be Kylo, he would instinctually want to help him, and that would be provable in episode 5. So if anything, if we know before the father reveals scene that he by instinct wants to help the people he cares about, then it's logical to bring out the fact he would instinctually want to help Vader, which was confirmed in episode 6.
In episode 6, after presumably a year of in-universe thinking.
Okay, you didn't listen to the point. The
I did
point is
listen.
we
I'm
have an
gonna expand
establishment
on your
of him.
point. Let me.
I'm going to repeat it because you clearly didn't understand.
I did
In
understand.
episode 5,
God
he has a vision. He has a vision, and he instinctually wants to help those people that he cares about, which is consistent with the Vader thing. They connect.
What is the vision?
So the year-long thinking thing is irrelevant. You can't prove he ever considered
But
killing
you
Vader
can't
in
prove
between
Luke
that time.
acts on instinct to
Yes,
just
but we
redeem people.
have
He does
enough
act on
evidence
instinct to help
of him
people,
doing that.
And in
Okay,
his mind, killing
okay.
people.
We have enough evidence that by his character he would, because a similar scenario happened with Cloud City. The point is he instinctually cares about his friends and family. So yes, it's more logical to assume he would do that with Vader, which is why it's confirmed in episode 6.
And would I like
There's
to
nothing
remind
supporting he would
you?
have killed Vader or wanted to.
I think it's fair to say we don't know what his instincts are in regards to the original
Exactly,
trilogy.
we don't, which is why I think that we shouldn't use the instinct thing at the point.
Fine. So you used a not applicable argument. So let's use one that's applicable, which is the Cloud City one. His friends and family are in danger. Instinctually, he helps the people he loves.
Yeah, and killing
what,
Ben in that
can I
situation
remind you
would
what
help his friends and family.
Can I remind you what the Kylo
Ben is
was?
his friends and family.
Yes, and his friends and
Okay,
family.
but so is Leia
This is
and Han
grandson.
and Chewbacca in the
Put
trilogy.
your three skulls. That's a freaking family member.
But there's no risk of Kylo killing Han or Leia if Luke just locks him up, or just
There's a bigger risk in wanting to redeem Vader.
Hey,
the risk. Wait.
Let me speak.
Shut up! Shut the fuck up!
Holy shit!
Oh
man! Whoa! Whoa! Liam! Holy shit!
They literally say in Dagobah, "If you face Vader, I will not help you," which shows there's a risk he would die from Darth Vader, and he still does it. Fuck your risk, boy.
What the fuck?
God, what a terrible argument.
All right.
I'll be back in a few minutes.
All right, bet.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
All right. What?
I can smell the fucking Ben Gay through the phone.
I can smell the Ben Gay through the phone.
All
you
right,
from Texas? This guy is turning me into the amazing Lucas, the amazing Luke Skywalker. Holy fuck!
The amazing Luke Skywalker.
There's a risk with Kylo, even though he could have died in Cloud City, even though Vader could have cut his head off, and he's far more powerful than.
All right, are you gonna actually?
Let's chill the fuck out. Let's chill the fuck out. Let's chill the fuck out.
All right. May I remind you what the vision Luke saw was, which is this is implied by the film that Kylo is going to butcher everyone Luke cared about, and sure, Kylo's his friends and families, but by instinct, Luke wants to help as many people as he can, and he thinks in his mind, oh wait, I can stop this if I just I do this horrible thing, and then he realizes, what the hell am I doing?
So what about in episode 6?
Wait, stop. Mosquito, no, stop, no, Liam.
Forehead, fantastic
He
forehead.
just completely sidestepped our fucking risk example, which defeats his whole fucking argument.
My God.
You should go on a fucking skateboard and be called the Silver Forehead.
You're bigger forehead than me.
Shut up, Colin.
Oh, where was I? Okay, shall I also remind you of the fact that even if you want to say he made the decision anyways, even when his friends and family were in danger when fighting Vader, by instinct he still tried to save him. He was going to try and kill
when Vader, who is let's bring this back to your point. You say that Vader is that he just acts on instincts out of love and defense for his friends and family. Vader was his family, am I right? Correct? He's his father. Luke wasn't adopted. I mean, he was adopted, but yeah.
Yeah, he tries to kill Sidious. Like he tried. If you remember how the movie, if you look at the movie, he's like looking at his friends and family dying, on the spot. So by instinct, he doesn't try to kill Darth Vader. He tries to kill Sidious. He tries to go after Sidious so he can save Vader. Because he's the one who's slaving him around.
When Vader threatens his friends and family, what does he do? May I remind you?
May I remind you why the context for that is different for the 15th time?
He almost kills him. It is
Okay, but may I remind you what the context is? Are you unaware of the context, which is that he's been pressured? Okay, you just don't want to listen again.
Okay, just let him explain the context.
The context is
no, just let him explain it.
Why don't you let him
under
finish what he's
pressure?
saying?
Shut up,
throughout
SK.
all of his friends and family fucking dying. All of them in the moment actually happening, and Vader threatened to torture his sister. That was a breaking point. And may I fucking remind you, with all of that pressure, finally
fucking remind you,
which is far more fucking pressure than a Vision, by the way. With all of that shit, he still didn't kill Darth Vader. He still overcame that.
All right, if you want to talk like that, I can talk like that too. All right.
Oh shit!
Damn, you about to bring
at all, bro.
Bring out the big gun.
I don't think you should be talking at all. This is some of the worst defenses I've heard ever about this fucking thing, dude. It's
all right.
Ridiculous.
If we want to look at this, if we want to look at Luke in The Last Jedi,
Jesus Christ.
Look at it like this, we can say that Luke and in The Last Jedi, it's pretty much exactly the same as the Return of the Jedi. It is planned in the exact fucking way you pitched it. Let me speak.
What the fuck?
Let me speak.
It's like fucking Lucas is arguing to himself right now. What the fuck?
Dude, he's arguing the mirror.
In the exact same way.
Where do you fucking live, my guy?
What a fucking
little bitch, baby. Shut the fuck up, you little bitch, baby. Shut up.
Somebody have this guy's face.
No.
Does somebody have this guy's face?
No.
I'll take the mask off. I'll take the head off and take the mask off. Fuck. That was so annoying.
That's how you're arguing has felt like to me for the past hour.
Yeah, it's literally just fucking Lucas.
Through the phone right now, my guy. I can smell the Bungay through the fucking phone.
That's
dude,
literally
if I was
how
Homelander, if I was fucking Homelander, I
is literally how your bum ass has been arguing for the past hour. Every time I bring up a point, every time I bring up a point, you say that my point is invalid, and then you proceed.
She just wasn't
yap
committed
about
to it.
the
She
same
backed the fuck out.
Oh my god, comic
back the fuck out, bro.
All right. I'm gonna be honest.
Shut the fuck up, Colin.
This isn't going anywhere. You guys should both stop.
The silver forehead. Go back to
I
fucking
gave up like
fighting
an hour
Galactus.
ago. Like Jesus
I think
Christ.
this is entertaining, to be honest.
It
You're
is
fat.
entertaining, but Jesus Christ.
Colin's nemesis is just galactic brain cell.
At the end of the day, you are not going to convince me, and I'm not.
Okay, all right, wait, whoa.
At the end of the day, I will keep using
At the end of the day, my fellow Americans.
You're not gonna change my
I
mind.
have no relations with that man.
All right.
I support companies making terrible
You're
movies.
just gonna mock me for.
It's not a terrible movie,
alright.
in my opinion. So fuck
Dude,
off.
does anybody
Well,
know what this guy
in
looks
my
like, bro?
opinion,
Does anybody
I'm
know what
kidding.
this guy looks like?
Dude, that's just fucking weird. That's just fucking weird.
That it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. He's referencing Lucas. He's referencing.
You're ignoring the first half. You're ignoring the first half, and you're applying it to the second half.
What's happening right now, man?
You're
What are
not
you
going.
talking about, my guy?
This argument's gonna go
No,
nowhere
fuck it,
because
I think you should go suck a cock, my guy. I bet you're doing one right
Jesus
now.
Christ, Liam, dude,
Fucking
Liam.
What's wrong with that, comic legend? What's wrong with
shut
that?
the fuck up.
Yo,
you
exactly,
5-year-old
bro.
insolent
I love
little
sucking
bald
cock.
bitch who watches Wine and
That's
Food.
crazy.
Girl.
Holy.
He's getting good fingers.
What we was owing?
Shut up.
Holy shit, dude.
Look,
He's calling me stupid for pouring out the stupidity.
calling me
Okay, you're both stupid. How about that?
We're all stupid. Everyone here's a fucking idiot.
There we go. There we go. I can rock with that. I can rock with that.
You existed.
I'm not even going to dignify that argument with a response.
I'm just drawing in peace. Fuck off, bro.
Look,
I'm trying to do a fucking
neither of us is gonna convince the other.
I'm just listening to this, bro.
Mosquito, you know what you need to hear right now? I think you need to listen. Listen. People are starting to keep asking me if I'm back.
I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna actually fucking kill myself now.
Comic Legends back. Comic Legends back. I don't think you want to see that man, Pippin. I don't think you want to see that man.
I want to die.
Oh my god, man, he's such an idiot.
Shut up, SK. You're not helping.
He's such an idiot, bro.
He's such a fucking idiot.
He ignores what fucking He ignores how Force Visions are established in the prior movies. Fucking idiot. There's fucking Force Vision established in this movie. You
look.
Well, what I said, I forgot what I said. I forgot the reference.
Are you okay? Holy shit!
No, I'm not okay.
No, I don't think he's
being
okay.
Holy fuck!
It smells like
I
sweat,
think mosquito
grease,
generally
and
broken.
smelly fucking cum. It's disgusting in here. It smells horrible. So much shit. So, Luke is okay with child porn. Come on.
Okay, alright. Okay, Liam,
leave him alone.
Being irrational.
Liam, calm the fuck down, my guy.
Irrational, guys. It was a moment of
Holy
weakness.
shit!
Ryan
Holy
saw
fuck!
Force Vision
Holy
about
fuck.
being a virgin for the rest of his life, and he just got
Holy
appealed to
fuck.
child porn.
That's not the same thing, but okay.
And you know who's worse? And you know who's worse than Luke in
Stark!
this movie?
Stark,
Ray.
be quiet, please. For the love of God, don't drag yourself into this. Don't drag yourself into this. It's not worth it.
First time I will agree with Comic Legend.
This is.
Bro, if I have to hear from the Ben Gay himself, I'm gonna fucking do the ABCs on his forehead, my guy.
Wait, who's the Ben Gay?
You! I'm smelling the Ben Gay through the phone right now because
What
of you.
the fuck?
You fucking boomer.
Boomer.
Boober? Did you say boober? What the fuck's a boober? You fucking boober. You fucking
You
boober.
need to get your ears checked. You need to get your ears checked.
You need to get your fucking mouth checked, you fucking boober. The fuck's a boober?
I still don't know why it's so hard to fucking
I don't know what a
comprehend that if
boober
Luke
is. I would
tries to
love to
fucking
know.
redeem someone like Darth Vader, one of the most evil men in the galaxy, that he won't fucking redeem some fucking teenager with
Well,
angst
that's
issues.
just
That's
your
crazy.
opinion, man. I'm not gonna.
Prove me
I
wrong.
give up. 'Cause You're not
Prove me
going
wrong.
to. You can't convince each
Prove me
other.
wrong.
It's not
Jesus
gonna change
Christ.
anything.
Jesus Christ.
You're trying to prove a negative.
Oh my
You
fucking god.
cannot.
Prove me
You
wrong.
cannot change my mind, and I can't change.
No
your
one can
mind.
change anyone's mind.
Prove
Why
me
are
wrong.
we debating this at this point when
We're
it's
not.
literally gonna
We're
turn
just
into a
calling people
yelling match?
pedophiles now.
Well, yeah, that is
You have pictures of me in my underwear on your phone right now.
Shut up!
Dude, if my forehead went in the ring with Colin's forehead, his forehead would beat my forehead's ass. My forehead wouldn't even be in the fucking competition.
Dude, my forehead and your forehead would be like two sumo wrestlers going at it.
Your forehead looks like a fucking bowling ball, my guy.
Looks like a boober.
My forehead looks
Dude,
like a
I just
cannonball.
imagine like Colin having telekinetic
Where the fuck do you
abilities.
live, my
like
guy? Where the fuck do you live?
Oh, hey, it's
Fucking
Jasonia.
Professor
Oh, I live in
Xavier
Boston.
just
I live
levitates
in Boston.
something.
Texas.
What?
This is my
SK, SK.
Why is
There's a
it-
disease in this
We were
fucking
debating about the
Discord
Last
server.
Jedi.
There's a disease in this
Yeah.
Discord server. I'm gonna call it the Grant Paulson virus. It's the,
The
G
Grant
virus,
Paulson
my guy.
virus.
Dude,
Why-
no, it's like the fucking
Yes.
mustard.
Why are we
thing.
talking about this?
Colin,
It's the
you're
G
sorry.
I don't
virus.
know
It's
anymore.
just
Liam,
obtuse stubbornness being injected into the mustard that's injected into the
What
fucking
even-
bloodstream.
Liam,
Wait,
Horrible.
I have a question. What even fucking enabled this debate to happen in
Yeah,
the first place?
why-
what are we
why
doing?
we
here?
talking about it?
What more is there to talk about?
There's
What more
nothing
is there
more
to
to talk about. No one's gonna convince anyone.
What the
I don't
The
know why
aura
we
of this
argue.
fucking VC
Let's
actually
talk-
stinks.
Why are we
It's
still
so
talking
bad.
about this
I can't even
fucking
fucking
7-year-old movie? What's happening?
Actually, it's
Yeah,
4
this
years
movie's
old.
really 7 years
Is it?
old.
No, it's 7,
2
bro.
months away. It's 2 months away from being 7 years old. That's insane.
Smell.
That is
Let's talk
I saw
about
that shit opening night.
Ray.
That was rank.
No, let's not. Let's just not.
Like, how
No,
can you
let's
really
not.
have
We're
a
done.
discussion besides the
I'm
fact that most
spraying
people don't
for
have a
breeze.
life and
Listen up,
cannot
I'm
watch
spraying
this
my
movie?
breeze.
Okay.
I don't hear anything.
I can't hear shit.
hear
Your mic
that.
didn't
Brandon,
pick it
Yeah,
up
I
at
can't
all.
hear
Spraying
your
it
breeze.
like-
I don't
I'm
think
literally
it's
fucking
working.
spraying for breeze. I'm literally
Okay,
spraying for
I
breeze.
hear it a
Oh, I
bit.
can hear it,
I
yeah.
hear it a bit.
Yeah, bro. I got.
Fuck, let
I
me
got
get my
Febreze in
Febreze
here.
can.
That was
Hold up.
Fucking
Hold up.
ranch. That was disgusting.
There's spraying for
You know,
breeze 'cause
the
people are lazy
music
to
that
take a
fits
Ah.
for
shower.
the situation is
Hold
the
on.
Mustafar fight.
That was.
Hold
that
up,
was the
I'm doing
smell
it.
of sex
Yep, I
without
can
the
hear it.
satisfaction. It was gross.
All right.
Everyone,
Hold up.
everyone, record yourself spraying Febreze. That fucking smell.
Oh boy.
Fucking
Ooh,
smelly.
Febreze. I
Holy
use
shit.
candles. I don't really use Febreze.
I,
It smells like shit
I
right
actually
now.
smell like
SK,
fucking
your
mustard.
server has a fucking disease, and it's called the G virus. It's the Grant Paulson virus, bro.